as I've been telling you, Chris Oster is scheduled to fight the first match of round 2 to face John Bechthold. Bechthold went 6:55, ended up with a chokehold over David Hood. Chris Oster went only 1:58 as he defeated Quinn Cronenberg. However, doctors are now studying the fact that Chris Oster may have suffered a shoulder injury. Now, if that's true and Chris Oster cannot continue, then it is the decision of the IFC that Robert Lalonde, who fought a little while ago in one of these super heavyweight match fights, would replace Chris Oster in the tournament.
Or is this going to be one of them 1995?
Doctors have determined that Chris Oster will not be able to compete in round 2. The shoulder injured too much in his first preliminary fight against Ken Cronenberg. So that means in our first fight in round 2, Robert Lalonde from Montreal will replace Chris Oster in our IFC tournament. So here comes our first fighter in round 2. And this should be John Bechthold, and it is from London, Ontario. He won in 6:55 over David Hood using a chokehold. He's 6 foot tall, 225 pounds, 25 years old. He's been wrestling for 8 years, but he's making his pro debut tonight on the IFC. And I guess you have to look at the way he maneuvered, but keep in mind, Joe, he went 6:55 in his first round fight.
He acted like when I interviewed him, he wasn't that tired. Earlier you were trying to remember which one bumped her head coming into the ring. Sometimes you're so focused, you're just so into it. You're like an acting class. You're like, there's like 4 walls around you. You can't see anything but you and your opponent.
All right, John Bechthold, and again, it will not be Chris Oster who had won to face him. Chris Oster went only 158, but did injure his shoulder and will not be able to continue. So the IFC officials have determined that Robert Lalonde, one of our fighters in one of those super heavyweight matches, will replace Chris Oster in round 2. So
I want to say about Chris, he injured his own shoulder. He tore his own shoulder. So we might want to make that point.
Here in the IFC, very concerned about the medical well-being of all the fighters. Doctors looked over Chris Oster intensely, put ice on the shoulder, determined he could not continue. So I think a good decision, Tony, by the doctors of the IFC.
Absolutely. A lot of fighters have so much heart they won't admit to an injury, and it just cuts the longevity of the fighter. If these guys are serious and they want to maintain a professional status, they got to take care of their bodies.
Robert Lalonde, 6 foot tall, 205 pounds, 33 years old. And time now for our ring announcer, Jeff Weller, to announce the fighters.
Introducing first, a wrestling instructor and amateur boxer. He is 25 years of age and stands in at 6 feet tall, 225 pounds. From London, Ontario, please welcome back John the Juggernaut Bechthold. And to my right, his opponent, a former member of the Canadian national judo team, making his second fight of the evening. He is 33 years of age and stands in at 6 feet tall, weighing 205 pounds. From Montreal, Quebec, he is Robert Lalonde.
And our referee, Yolande Gregor. And time now to take a look at round 2. John Bechthold and Robert Lalonde. Remember, Bechthold went 6:55 in his round 1 fight. Robert Lalonde just over 3 minutes. So Lalonde should be the fresher of the 2. However, it's been longer since Bechthold first fought. So right now the advantage would go, Joe, in your eyes?
Well, to me, Robert looks like he's pacing himself in what we call a defensive mode.
Robert Lalonde up against the cage. John Bechthold keeping the pressure on. It is Lalonde with his arm over the neck and trying to put some kind of pressure, I would imagine, trying to squeeze off some air.
Sort of a guillotine, not so much sort of a guillotine. It keeps you, when you keep it's like a bull. You keep his head down. He can't breathe as well. It tires him out. You get that neck weak, and once the neck goes, the head goes afterwards.
Applying some knees to the rib area.
John is just sort of leaning against him here, using his legs. He's not really working his upper body a lot. John's a little deceptively strong. You look at his back, it looks, there's a little spare tire there, but he's got a nice thick back. You can see the muscles there.
1 minute, 5 seconds in the fight as Bechthold tries to go for a leg sweep. Didn't get it. Right now, Lalonde continues to put pressure on that neck, releases it, and now has some kind of motive at hand, trying to find some other different hold that he didn't like the neck there, Tony.
I'm surprised he let go of it, but he wasn't putting pressure down on John's head, and you got to do that. I'm surprised also John with a wrestling background, he had that that counter with left arm up over the top. He could have rested, taken that pressure off the neck.
Remember, these are the pro debuts for both of these fighters. So right now, the first time they have gone beyond one fight. So the first time they have faced a situation where they are fighting twice in the same night.
You got to put yourself in Robert's shoes, and John is maintaining real good balance. It's real difficult to deal with a fighter who's got great balance.
2 minutes into the fight, and keep in mind also that Robert Lalonde was not scheduled to fight but one time tonight. So he's also at a disadvantage. He probably didn't train thinking he'd have to go beyond that
or it
first
could work
fight.
the other way around. He was more relaxed, therefore he didn't expend too much energy through anxiety.
Remember, he went just over 3 minutes in his super heavyweight match fight. He is replacing the injured Chris Oster in round 2 of our IFC tournament.
Now, we may be into our first long match of the evening here. I'm getting that feeling.
I agree. These guys are both endurance fighters coming from a judo and a wrestling background.
They're not in a hurry to go to the ground unless the other guy makes a mistake. No, nothing's happening here. He's keeping.
Robert Lalonde putting some fists to the side of the head, continuing to put pressure, and it looks like that's it. Robert Lalonde will advance in the IFC tournament. Robert Lalonde with a victory at 2:54 into the fight.
2:54 in the match, Robert Lalonde.
Let's take a look at the replay, Tony, and tell me what you like most about the way Robert Lalonde attacked his opponent.
Well, first off, left hand securing the cage. I think he threw a couple punches, not expecting, him to give out like that, but then he felt the momentum. You can feel when your opponent gives out tactically. You can feel it in your body when the opponent sags a certain way.
So Robert Lalonde standing by now with Joe Lewis.
Good strategy here again. Now, you trained for what, one fight?
I trained for one fight.
And here you've already in your second fight. So did that work in your favor did you feel like you undertrained, or the absence of the anxiety, think you got to go 3 or 4 fights, did that work for you or against you?
It's hard to say. I came here for one fight. I got more. I'm happy about it. I mean, the fights are close together and it's hard physically.
Now, when he had you up against the cage, it looked like his balance was really good. It looked like it was really hard to take to the ground. Were you playing a waiting game then?
Exactly what I was doing. I mean, I knew he was a wrestler. I knew if I came in hard now, I'd burn myself out. I knew he would try to get me down slowly, so like I said, I waited for him to make a mistake. I brought him down, then I finished him with my
something
punches.
I couldn't tell from my position. Can you hear him breathe? This is something the rest of us can't tell. You usually tell a man's breath. You can tell what kind of energy he's got, what kind of spirit he's got left. Could you tell his wind going a little bit?
I noticed his wind leaving a bit after he started hitting me a few times. I waited that out. I didn't hurt. Then he made one mistake. He stepped in on me. I hooked his leg, fell on him, held the fence. That's when I started
When you
hitting.
sat down and started punching him, you think he was going to come out from under there? Did you know you really had him?
I had him because I was holding the fence, and he had nowhere to move, just to get hit.
Go back and keep your mindset. You got a good mindset going.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's our winner of round 2, fight 1, Robert Lalonde, and a time of 2:54. Time